Welcome to room 9, the region's largest classroom. I am Mrs. Wright and I teach at Monroe Elementary in St. Charles. Today I will be teaching a reading lesson meant for second graders, but as always, everyone is welcome to learn with us. Adults, kids of all ages, anyone and everyone, I would love to have you learn with us. So you're probably wondering why I'm in this costume. And it's because this week we are going to be learning about drama. And honestly, when I looked at this standard, I was like, drama? What do you mean? Because I think well, you can ask my family, but they tell me that I'm very dramatic all the time. I don't think I'm dramatic at all. So I was kind of like, wait, is this like about a show? Is it about a movie? What do you mean drama? And then I realized drama is like when you read plays or when you do readers' theater. So I thought, what is a better way to show some drama than dressing up? So here I am in my Minion Halloween costume, which is actually some PJs, and it's actually quite toasty in this thing. So 27 minutes of sweating, and it will be worth it because we are going to learn today about drama. So our objectives are, I will be able to identify the elements of drama, and I will be able to add elements of drama to a picture book to make it similar to a play. So I thought this would be really cool. I have all of these great books. Some of them we've read before. Some of them are like fairy tales and folk tales. And I thought it would be cool if, I have a little play I wrote myself, but I thought, you know what? We could go into these books and we could find all the elements of drama that are already there, because some books do have elements of drama, and then we could maybe add some details that would make the book able to be performed. So I thought it'd be fun. But before we get started today, remember, as always, we need to make sure that we're ready to learn. And we need to make sure that we're in the green zone. If you are in the yellow zone, the red zone, the blue zone, I hear ya. I was feeling a little tired before I came down here because I spent the whole day running some errands. So I went to Target, my favorite place, and then I went to Costco, and then where did I go? Oh, I came back here and dropped off all that stuff I bought because my car was filled. My mom and my little sister went with me, and then I went to the grocery store and filled up the car again. Then I had to go to the dry cleaners and pick something up. Then after that, I went and vacuumed up my car. And then I came home and put all that stuff away, and now here I am. So I am feeling a little bit like I could take a nap. A little tired, not sad, just a little tired. But I have been doing some breathing, and I've been drinking a lot of water because I knew I was going to record, and water always seems to wake me up. So let's do some deep breathing, okay? And maybe some stretching, which is going to be really interesting watching me stretch in this costume. But we're going to do it. So here we go. Stretch really high. Oh, yep. Yeah. Oh, okay, over here. Ooh. Oh man, okay. It actually feels really good to stretch. And if you stretch up really high, normally you naturally take in a really deep breath. Let's do some deep breaths. Another one. And one more. Awesome. Okay. So we are going to talk about the elements of drama, all right? And I wrote my own little play that we'll be able to go through and help us understand this a little bit better. But the first element of drama is an element that is in most, actually all books, right? There's always characters, main characters, maybe there's just one character, but there are always characters in drama. So that could be characters who are the main character. There could be characters who are important, but we call them like the secondary characters. And then sometimes there are characters who, when you're reading drama, they feel like they're a character, but they're not. They're actually called the narrator, okay? Now, when you get into books that are harder, oftentimes there will be a narrator. So a narrator is not always the character, but it feels like they are. The narrator is the person who's telling the story. Okay, so if you've ever seen, I'm trying to think of a movie that does that. I should have thought of that beforehand. But sometimes when you watch movies, there will be someone who's like explaining what's happening while the characters are acting. Or they kind of give you like the background knowledge of why something might be happening, either in a movie or a book or a play. So the narrator feels like a character sometimes, but they're not. They're actually telling you what's happening. They're explaining things that are happening, okay? And then, just like books, drama also has a setting. It has where something's happening, when something's happening, what it's like outside sometimes. Sometimes settings can be super, super general, like at a school, or sometimes the settings might be super, super specific, like at a school on a rainy day in the morning, right? So it might tell you exactly what's going on, all right? So that is a setting, okay? Then we have an element of drama that is called acts, okay? Acts. So if you have ever been to see a play, there's something called acts, and what happens is it's a way of telling the story so that people can follow what's going on. So like Act 1 is the very first part of the story, and then Act 2 is another part of the story. So usually Act 1 is like all one day. Act 2 might be a different day, and it kind of progresses that way. So acts you can think of as different sections of the play, okay? And usually during the acts, the settings could change, as well as some new characters might be introduced when the acts change, okay? Then, most importantly, in plays or drama that you might be reading, there is dialogue. And dialogue is an element that's found in normal books too, right? I shouldn't say normal, but in just picture books or chapter books, dialogue is found. A dialogue is where characters are talking back and forth to each other. So the narrator isn't actually part of the dialogue. The narrator is explaining what's happening while the characters say the dialogue, okay? Kind of like when you write a story, you are the narrator of it. You're explaining what's happening, but then, you know, you might use dialogue in your story, okay? So dialogue, what the characters are saying to each other. Then we have props, okay? Props are items or things that are used to bring the story to life. So if I were reading, maybe there was a play and it was like the Three Little Bears, well, the props that you would need would be like a bed, a chair, some porridge, right? The props are all the things that are in the play. And last but not least, costume. Wonder what these are. Costumes are how the characters dress to make the play or the drama or the storyline come to life, okay? Okay, so I am dressed like a minion today. Yeah, woohoo, a minion. And I wrote a little play that has to do with minions. And don't worry, we're not going to do this every day because I'm not a playwright, but I tried. So this is all one act. I only did one act. It's just one day. If I were to add on to it, it would be another act, okay? So this is one part of the story. So this play is called The Minions Go to School, and it says the scene, so I'm setting the scene, right? This is Act 1. The scene is describing the setting and a little bit of what's happening. So it says scene, Ted and Pat are going to school for the very first time. They don't know how to act at school at all, okay? So Ted and Pat are minions, and they're going to school for the very first time. So the narrator, I didn't put a narrator in my story, but if I were, the narrator could say something like this. It's Ted and Pat's very first day of school. They have no idea what they're doing. They've never been to school before. All they know is about evil villains. But they're gonna meet a teacher and attend school for the very first time. So that might be something that the narrator would say. Then it lists the characters. My characters are Ted, Pat, and a teacher, okay? So I'm gonna show you this page. I wanna try and, yeah, that's kind of hard to see. That's okay. All right, so this is gonna be Ted. This is gonna be Pat. Ted, Pat, Ted, Pat. And the teacher, there is a teacher in here as well. The teacher is going to be, when I hold up this pink Post-it, because I don't have any way I could change my outfit for the teacher. Okay? All right, here we go. Are you ready, Pat? I am. Are you ready, Ted? Always. No, I'm always ready. No, I am. No, I am. Hello there, how can I help you? We're going to school! Well, you are in the right place. We are happy to have you. Have you ever been to school before? Yes, no, no, yes. Okay, well, yes or no, then that's fine. I'm happy you're here. Are you ready to learn? Learn what? Yes, we can learn how to save the world from evil, Doctor. Shh. We don't do that anymore. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We are here just to learn. Yes, learn, just to learn. Whatever you want to teach us. Whatever you want to teach us that has nothing to do with evil villains, teacher. Or how to save the world. Okay, well, let's start some math. Can you count? 1, 2, 9, 6, 5, 10, 13, 17, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that's a start. You know numbers. Now let's try to count them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, got it. You got it. Good job, Ted and Pat. We learned. Okay, great. Bye. Bye. We have to. Shh. Shh. Don't tell her. Shh. Bye. What just happened? All right, back to Mrs. Wright now. So that was just a silly little play, Reader's Theater really in my head, that I wrote just to show you how characters change. You have costumes, you have props, you have dialogue. Ted and Pat and the teacher were talking back and forth. There was only one of me, so I just had to make it work. That was okay. Mr. Wright's at work, otherwise I would have made him be either Ted, Pat, or the teacher. But you can see how it's similar to a picture book. It's similar to a story because it tells a story. But usually, like, you're acting it out a lot more, you're moving around, but I had to kind of stay, like, right in here. So I did as much as I possibly could, right? So I want now to read you a book, and then we are going to go through the book and find elements of drama in the story, okay? Okay, here we go. Now, I am going to do my very best to not mess up the words in this book. It is a Cuban folktale, so there are some words that I am not going to get perfectly, but I am going to do my very, very best. Okay. Martina the Beautiful Cockroach, a Cuban folktale, retold by Carmen Agra Deedy. Okay? The pictures are super pretty. Ooh, the back says, Papa sent oh, I hate messing up words. I feel bad. El Pariso, the parrot, to spread the word. Soon all Havana was abuzz with the news. Martina the Beautiful Cockroach was ready to choose a husband. Okay, I am going to do something really quickly. I'm going to pull up Google Translate just in case I'm saying it wrong, and then I can check myself. I practice, but I don't like saying them wrong. So let me turn up my volume.
El perico.
Hold on.
El perico.
Okay, a parakeet, el perico. Okay, I can do this. Let me make sure I say it, the rest of it correctly. Martina.
Martina.
Hey, I got that right. Martina. Here we go. Martina the Beautiful Cockroach. Oops. Ooh, the pictures are super pretty. Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha was a beautiful cockroach. She lived in a cozy street lamp in old Havana with her big, lovable family. So some elements of drama that I'm noticing are it's like giving us the setting, it's giving us the character. And if we turned this book into a play, I think right here would be something that the narrator would say to the audience so that they understood what was going on. Now that Martina was 21 days old, she was ready to give her leg in marriage. The Cucaracha household was crawling with excitement. Every senora in the family had something to offer. Tia Cuca? I'm gonna make sure I say it right. Cuca. Tia Cuca gave her una pinata, I think. Oops, hold on. Let's make sure.
Una peineta.
Una
peineta.
A seashell comb. Mama gave her una mantilla, a lace shawl. But Abuela, her Cuban grandmother, gave her un consejo incredible, some shocking advice. You want me to do what? Martina was aghast. You are a beautiful cockroach, said Abuela. Finding husbands to choose from will be easy. Picking the right one could be tricky. But, stammered Martina, how will spilling coffee on a suitor's shoes help me to find a good husband? Her grandmother smiled. It will make him angry. Then he'll know how you will speak when he loses his temper. Trust me, Martina, the coffee test never fails. Martina wasn't so sure. Okay, so if this part was turned into a play, it would just be Martina and grandmother going back and forth, saying these things to each other, with the narrator chiming in and saying things like, her grandmother smiled, or not her grandmother smiled. Her grandmother would just smile, but she would say things like, Martina wasn't so sure. Or she would say things the narrator would say things to explain this at the beginning, that she was talking to her grandmother, okay? Meanwhile, Papa sent Perico, the parrot, to spread the word. Soon all Havana, from the busy sidewalks of El Prado to El Morro Castle, was abuzz with the news. Martina, the beautiful cockroach, was ready to choose a husband. As was the custom, Martina would greet her suitors from the balcony, under her family's many watchful eyes. Daintily, she sat down and crossed her legs and crossed her legs and crossed her legs. She didn't have to wait long, so this is something like the narrator would say. Don Gallo, the rooster, strutted up first. Martina tried not to stare at his splendid shoes. Keeping one eye on his reflection, Don Gallo greeted her with a sweeping bow. Oh, let's Carmamba, I think is right. Carmamba. Caramba! Woo, I did it. You really are a beautiful cockroach. I will look even more fabulous with you on my wing. With that, he leaned forward. Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha. Beautiful Cucaracha, won't you be my wife? Martina hesitated only for an instant. Coffee, senor? Right on cue, Abuela appeared. With a quick glance at her grandmother, Martina nervously splattered coffee on the rooster's spotless shoes. Oh my, she said with a mock dismay. I'm all feelers today. Kikiriki! The rooster was furious. Clumsy cockroach! I will teach you better manners when you are my wife. Martina was stunned. The coffee test had worked. A most humble offer, senor, she said coolly, but I cannot accept. You are much too cocky for me. Don Cerdo, the pig, hoofed up next. His smell curled the little hairs on Martina's legs. What an unimaginable scent, Martina wheezed. Is it some new pig cologne? Oh no, senorita. It's the sweet aroma of my pigsty. Rotten eggs, turnip peels, stinky cheese. Don Cerdo licked his chops and sang, Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha, beautiful muchacha, won't you be my wife? Martina had already left in search of the coffee. I'm getting close on time, so I'm just going to keep reading. We're going to explore more elements tomorrow. She wasted no time with the pig. Gronk, cronk, squealed Don Cerdo as he dabbed at the coffee on his shoes. What a tragedy for my poor loafers. He really is quite a ham, thought Martina. Calm yourself, senor. I'll clean them for you. I'll say you will, he snorted. When you are my wife, there'll be no end to the cleaning up after me. Martina rolled her eyes in disbelief. A most charming offer, senor, she said dryly, but I must decline. You are much too boorish for me. The coffee test had saved her from yet another unsuitable suitor. The pig was scarcely out of sight when Don Largarto, the lizard, crept over the railing. His oily fingers brushed the little cockroach's lovely mantilla. You shouldn't sneak up on a lady like that. I don't sneak, I creep, he said, circling Martina. For some reason, this fellow really bugged her. I've had enough of creeps for one day, said Martina. Adios. But I need you. Wait! The lizard fell on one scaly knee and warbled. Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha, beautiful muchacha, won't you be my wife? Martina sighed. Let me see if there's any coffee left. This time she wasn't taking any chances. Martina returned with 2 cups for the lizard. Psst, psst, he spat. Don Largato was livid. He changed colors 3 times before he finally found his true one. And to think, he hissed, I was going to marry you. Martina stared at the lizard. You could have heard a breadcrumb drop. Food for thought, senor, Martina said icily. But I must refuse. You are much too cold-blooded for me. Okay, we have to stop there today, friends, and I'm kind of leaving us on a little cliffhanger. So check out the next video where we will finish Martina the Beautiful Cockroach and talk about how it shows elements of drama. See ya tomorrow.
Teaching in Room 9 is made possible with support of Bank of America, Dana Brown Charitable Trust, Emerson, and viewers like you.